What is going on, SixPackAbs.com? It is Thomas DeLauer, your lead nutritionist and lead trainer on SixPackAbs.com. And I'm also the creator of the science-based six-pack intermittent fasting program that teaches you everything to know about intermittent fasting and time under tension training. But today, I'm coming at you with something a little bit different. I want to teach you what you might be doing wrong. I'm trying to save your back here, but I'm also trying to help you get the best six-pack abs that you could possibly want. So what I'm going to do is break down 3 of the most common ab training mistakes. I'm talking about mistakes that aren't only affecting your progress, but they could be affecting your long-term results in terms of hurting your back. Okay, so let's talk about what we don't want to do first. Okay, so the interesting thing is we've got these movements, right? They're called oblique crunches. And you see a lot of people doing them. Here's the interesting thing, you know, it's the ones where you're just moving from side to side and you're working your obliques and yada yada. Okay, it's not that you are gonna bulk up your obliques and make your waist wide. That's not how it works. Doing this movement does not mean you're gonna build your obliques super wide. The obliques don't grow like that, okay? I've done other videos talking about the internal and external obliques. The hard part with this movement is the load it puts on your spine laterally. You see, our spine isn't designed to move a whole lot this way, especially down in the lumbar region. We're not designed to be twisted like that. That's very unnatural, okay? How would you like to be walking around just like this all the time? That's not what our spine is meant to do, especially when you're adding extra load. The only time that that kind of movement would be okay is if you're doing a static movement where you're flexing your obliques and you're keeping it static and then maybe doing some walking or something like that so that it's functional. But don't be going side to side. That's really hard on your body. So don't do that. Rule number 1, okay? Now the next thing that I see a lot of people doing is doing a traditional sit-up instead of a crunch because they think that a sit-up is a lot more masculine. Now, let me show you something. First off, these muscles right here are psoas, that's our hip flexors. The muscles here that are designed to move our legs up, and then we have muscles here that are designed to absolutely crunch our torso, and that is what we want with the abs, okay? So what we're doing here, we see people do regular sit-ups. Here's what's going on. It's abs, and then it turns into hip flexors at the end. And people are just doing this, and you see how I even have to kind of force myself into the movement? That last portion of the movement is all hip flexors. When in reality, I should just be doing crunches, and I don't want to relax the abs at the bottom. You see so many people do that. They get to the bottom of their movement, they should be like this, flexed, but they relax. And then they make this arc with their lower back, and they put all this pressure on their sacroiliac, all this pressure on their lumbar spine. We don't want that. Keep the abs flexed, like that, and then just do small crunches. Trust me, it works just as good to hit them like this as it does to hit them like this. That's not what we want to do. We don't want to hit those hip flexors. So drop the ego and hit your crunches this way. If you want to make it a little bit harder, you can always grab a weight and do the same thing. Just a little crunch. You're much better off that way. If you engage the hip flexors, you just make your life kind of miserable. Plus, you don't get the abs that you want. Okay, this one's a doozy, and this one is really cool. This one's gonna not only save your back, but this one's gonna, I promise you, help you get a lot better in the way of the shape of your abs that you want. We got the good old-fashioned hanging leg raises. Okay, go on alley-oop on up here. Here's how you see most people doing leg raises. All the way down, as high up as they can go, or they're doing it with their knees like this. Guys, no, that's, first of all, that's all hip flexors. It's also hard on the back. What you want to do is you want to make sure that you have a slight bend in the knees, keep your feet together, but kind of angled in, so your soles are kind of angled in. Okay, and then what you want to do is not come all the way down. When you come all the way down, you're thrusting your abdomen forward and you're arcing the back, putting a lot of pressure on the back and forcing you to have to use your hip flexors to get to that first movement. Then the other thing is people try to go too high. You really have a short sweet spot. It's right here. Don't come all the way down. Make it so that you're still sticking your feet out a little in front of you. It's a short little movement. Now let me show you what not to do again. That. See how my feet come back? We want to keep it nice and controlled. all on the abs. Don't worry about what people are gonna say about you. People will probably say, hey, he's doing a short little movement. Look at that guy over there, he doesn't know what he's doing. Well, you look at your abs 3 months later and then look at theirs, okay? They might be in a wheelchair because their back's gonna be broken. Don't do them the first way, do them the second way that I showed you. So those are 3 ways that you can start changing some common ab mistakes to really allow you to get the ultimate results that you could possibly want. As always, I'm winded at the end of this video because those take it out of me, but I'll see you in the next video, and make sure you check out the Science-Based Six-Pack program in the description below. I will see you soon.